Hello everybody. Today we're reacting to 10 dumbest ways kids were expelled.
About hairstyles.
Sorry.
You hear stories all the time of kids sent home from school because of that. I think we've all had fashion choices our teachers didn't necessarily agree with, but a student from Texas called DeAndre Arnold was suspended from school and then banned from his own graduation just because of the way he wears his hair. Because of his suspension, DeAndre actually threatened legal action against his school instead of changing his hair and got a ton of support from celebrities around the globe. People like Ellen, Alicia Keys actually donated tens of thousands of dollars to DeAndre live on television so he could afford a college tuition. The school's decision sucks even more because he has dreadlocks as part of his culture and heritage, so he refuses to remove it, and I mean, fair enough. DeAndre was supported so much that he and his mother even got an invitation as guests of honor to the Oscars. Yeah, pretty crazy stuff.
Dang, that's nice.
The school still hasn't backed down, but they are under a lot of pressure, so who knows if they'll reverse their decision. Number 9. It is one thing for teachers to not like a hairstyle from a high school student, but it's another thing to hate a kindergartner for it. Unfortunately for this kid, his school is really against him having a mohawk. I mean, his teachers are calling it disruptive, even though there were apparently other kids in his school running around with the same exact haircut. Similarly to DeAndre, this issue is all about schools being way too strict about something as small as a hairstyle. They didn't even give him a chance or a warning. The school just straight up suspended the boy even though he's literally 5. You gotta feel bad for him considering he just wanted the hairstyle because it reminded him of dinosaurs. I mean, how
Dang, I love dinosaurs too.
do you not find that wholesome? Either way, the kid ended up shaving his head so at least he could get back to class, but justice for the mohawks, man, come on. Number 8. We've all complained about our schools for one reason or another, but this student might have taken her concerns to the wrong place when posting them online. After spotting that the water in the restroom wasn't exactly as clean as it should be, high school student Hazel Juco posted a picture complaining about it on social media, and it did not end well.
Hazel Juco says when she saw discolored water coming from the sink at school, it upset her.
I just took a picture of it, and then 4th hour is my newspaper class, and I went and talked about it with them.
She posted the picture on Facebook and Twitter.
Shortly after putting the post up, she was called to her principal's office and was given a 3-day suspension from school because she literally called them out. The reason they gave her didn't really add up either because they said it was inappropriate use of an electronic device in the restroom, which is like, dude, really? After this, her entire school naturally rallied behind her by posting selfies in the bathroom to protest the weird reasoning. After the superintendent found out about this, she contacted the school only to find out that the school didn't even report the dirty water to maintenance.
They sent a plumber out right away. We do have a piece of the pipe that leads to the faucet that was corroding and needs to be replaced, so that's underway right now.
So you gotta do what you gotta do. She called up a plumber herself to fix the issue and then took Hazel's suspension off the record. That's a happy ending we all deserved. Number 7. All of the incidents we've listed so far have
I might end this at number 5.
at least been happening inside of school itself. But what if you get suspended for something you did at home? This is just ridiculous. Kayla Alford was attending Whitefield Academy as a freshman when she was informed she would no longer be able to attend due to a post surfacing online. Well, when I say a post, you're probably thinking it was her being offensive or rude to her school, but no.
Posted a photo from her daughter's 15th birthday party, and that's where she was wearing a rainbow sweater and smiling next to a rainbow birthday cake.
Yeah, that's all it was. An image of Kayla celebrating her birthday while wearing a rainbow-colored shirt next to a rainbow frosting cake.
How do you get suspended for that?
People at her school aren't exactly progressive, and well, she was completely dismissed as a result.
Or something like that.
What a joke. According to her school, this was not the only reason for her getting dismissed, as she had had multiple behavioral issues or something like that, but let's be honest here, I think we all know that's just excuses. To me, it just seems like a really ridiculous thing to expel a student over, but people have some interesting beliefs. After appealing with the school, she managed to get a change to a voluntary withdrawal for her daughter, so at least it won't be on a record, but come on, we gotta do better here. Number 6. I love memes. They keep us plenty of saying, especially when I'm in school. In the case of Hunter Richardson, a meme he shared on social media gave him a bigger headache than any school day ever could have. The meme he shared was a fake news headline involving 2 members of his school staff team participating in some, well, inappropriate behavior.
I definitely think it was a mistake. I don't think that the punishment I was given was necessary for what I did.
After seeing the meme, his school immediately expelled him. With that, he was also
Bruh.
barred from walking at graduation or even attending his senior prom. In fairness to the school, this is one of the more reasonable things to punish a student for, but instead of going that overboard for someone who had no previous problems, they could have just suspended him for a few days at least. His classmates did rally behind the unfair situation, though, by creating an online petition that garnered 900 signatures. Even though what he did was wrong, it's still really cool to see his classmates come together to help him, so hopefully if it doesn't work out, he could at least get a full-time meme producer job, right? That's a thing. Number 5. So we've all doodled a stick figure or two in our books at school. This 7th grader is a good example. He doodled a few stick figures that were a ninja, a magician, and a hunter. Although it was the hunter that alarmed the school's principal enough to, you guessed it, suspend the kid for a few days. Imagine being in power at the school and taking it that far. The student's father, of course, found this completely ridiculous, arguing that this is a pretty average behavior for a young boy. I mean, when I was a kid, I did similar things for sure, but I would have never imagined getting suspended for something like this. Number 4. So far on this list, pretty much everyone has been suspended or expelled because of something they did themselves. Sadly for this little guy, he was expelled for something he had nothing to do with. During a PTA meeting with her son's preschool, a mother by the name of Precious Ross was asking a few too many questions for the school's liking. In that meeting, she asked about things like the cost for her son's graduation and some other stuff before the staff just began ignoring the parents. She was then called later by the director of the preschool who said,
I spoke to the owner of the Carroll City Learning Center. Darphine Snell was adamant that she acted properly. She said while the child did nothing wrong, Precious verbally assaulted the staff and her 4 different times. Precious says that's not true. When I asked Snell if expelling Caden was good for the child, she said, let me ask you a question. Is that verbal abuse good for my staff? Her conclusion, verbal abuse by parents will not be tolerated, and enough was enough.
This just seems awful to deal with as a parent, and I can never imagine how asking questions could be a bad thing. In their next visit to the preschool, Precious and...
Actually, this is where we're ending it. If you want to see the rest, just look up 10 dumbest ways kids were expelled. I thought most of them were dumb. Well, mostly all of them. I don't know. I just got tired. I'm sorry. Like and subscribe. Bye.